Okay, now we need to have a talk about election season, poll numbers, many, many things. So last night, there was a big neighborhood gathering in my neighborhood. I guess that kind of is redundant. Either way, there was a big neighborhood gathering, okay? And everyone there knows, obviously, what I do for a living. They're all Republicans. And they were all so down. They were all so concerned, just faces just twisted in concern, talking about the coming election, where we are as a country, Kamala Harris. There wasn't any feeling of confidence, any feeling of joy, any feeling of, hey, if we lose, we'll get through this. It was dour in there. So I felt the need to have a little talk with you about just that, because maybe that's where you are. Maybe you're feeling down. First of all, I want you to understand this and understand this very well. Poll numbers, it's not that they lie. Sometimes they tell the truth. Poll numbers are oftentimes designed to demoralize you. I know you've been looking at the polls. Oh my gosh, Harris is ahead in a lot of the polls. The race is tightening. Well, hold on a second. The race was always going to tighten. Here's a little tidbit for you. On this day in 2016, Hillary Clinton was up 6.8% in the polling average. That's not just one-off poll. The polling average, she was up 6.8%. She ended up losing to Donald Trump. That's not me telling you all the polls lie, but allow me to explain something politically, how this works, and I'll tell you, I ran for Congress before, twice. I may or may not have done something like this. Here's how it works. Here's what you do. This is done on a much smaller level, but I have an opponent, Democrat opponent, maybe a primary opponent, and I want to give my donors some confidence. I want to give my volunteers, I want to give them motivation. I need them to show up this Saturday. We got to go knock on doors, make phone calls, vote Jesse Kelly. I need to give them something. So I take a couple grand of campaign money. I find a pollster who will do as he's told, and he does a poll. He calls 1,000 people, 500 people. And the poll gets skewed in such a way, it's very easy to do this. You can make sure you're calling a higher percentage of Republicans than Democrats. The poll gets skewed in such a way that all of a sudden I'm putting out a press release. Oh my gosh, this poster shows Jesse. He's within 1%. He's down, but he's within 1%. It's anybody's race. And I quickly do what? My campaign staff would quickly do what? All across social media. Jesse's in striking distance. Send out to the email list. Help us push Jesse over the top. On a national scale, when you deal with presidential politics, you see so much of that and you might not even realize it, because what do we focus on? It's a very human nature thing to do. What do we focus on? We focus on the headlines. We wake up in the morning, poll shows Harris up 10%, our hands start shaking. Oh my gosh, call your mom, all is lost. She might have paid for that poll to motivate her base and to demoralize you. Now, I am not sitting here blowing sunshine up your whatever. I'm not sitting here telling you it's fine, we're going to win, don't worry at all. I am here telling you it's neck and neck. Once they dumped Joe Biden, it was always going to be neck and neck. This country is sadly very evenly divided between demonic communists and normal people. This is anybody's race. Anyone can win. It is the fourth quarter. It's at the end of the game. Don't look up at the scoreboard because the other team kicked a field goal and you're down 3, and look around at your teammates, look at yourself in the mirror and say, all is lost, it's hopeless. It's not at all hopeless. This is anyone's game. And allow me to leave you with this one before we move on. We have other things we want to do. This stuff matters. I know that, you know that. That's why you care about it. That's why you watch this show. That's why we do what we do. We care about the country. We care about who holds power. We care about politics. We understand the stakes. So I'm not being dismissive of that at all. Remember this, though. If you're going to base your happiness at a neighborhood party, you're going to let the mood of the neighborhood party be determined by whatever poll came out that morning. Or, come November, If you're going to base your happiness, your contentment on whether or not Donald Trump defeats Kamala Harris, you are setting yourself up for a life of misery. We want to win. We should care. And if Trump loses in November, it should hurt us. It will hurt me. I'm assuming it hurts you. But we will pick ourselves up the next day and dust ourselves off and march on. We are not in a battle for November. We're in a battle for a nation, a cultural battle that will last 100 years, if not more. So just buckle up and settle in for the long game. They are settled in for the long game. Whether they win or lose in November, they'll be marching forward at all times. We must do the same, all right? So don't be down. It's all lost. We're going to lose. Maybe we will lose. Maybe we won't. But it's the fourth quarter. Now's the time to embrace it and enjoy it, all right? I would thank you for coming to my YouTube channel, but I know how brilliant it is, and I know you love it here. So subscribe and watch. We're going to start really ramping things up and putting some funny stuff, some interesting stuff out there, some collaborations. Either way, my YouTube channel is officially the place to be. So stick around.